It's a very special day here at Eyewitness News. WABC-TV is celebrating 75 years today. Our celebration started this morning where members of the Eyewitness News team flipped the switch at the Empire State Building. That is so cool. Tonight, the lights of that iconic building will glow Eyewitness blue. And in honor of this anniversary, Mayor Eric Adams declared today as WABC-TV Day. For decades, one of the most important faces at Eyewitness News has been Bill Ritter. And today, he took some time, actually during his vacation, to chat with me about the anniversary and also answer a few surprise questions from his colleagues. First, let me say, this is, and I'm being serious, an honor for me to be here asking you these questions on this day. It was my dream to work at Channel 7, and here I am asking you questions about the 75th anniversary. So first, I just want to say it's an honor.
It's an honor to be here and to be in that position, because I think this is the first time, correct me if I'm wrong, that I have been sitting down on the other side of the fence getting questions from you.
It feels different, doesn't it?
It does indeed, but ask away, because it is an honor for all of us. I mean, one of the things that's so great about this is that, and I think I speak for everybody, is, you know, that we're honored to work at this place, how lucky we are to be part of this just magnificent news organization after all this time and all that's transpired and all that we have shared with the viewers. All the stuff that you're sharing with the viewers, it goes on, you know, and so all of us who have come afterwards since the start, me, you, everyone else, is in this incredible position. And how lucky we are. How many people that I know you know, go to a job and they just can't wait to get home. And I know from my experience that most people who work at Eyewitness News can't wait to go to work. I know it's true for you. It is.
I love working here. It's an honor to work here. Bill, your first day here was what?
I worked here in the second to last weekend of June 1998, and I worked part-time with Sandra Bookman as the new anchors of the weekend show, and I was already working for ABC News, so there was a period of time, much to the chagrin of my family, a long period of time, that I worked 7 days a week, 2 days a week at WABC and 5 days a week at ABC News. But you know, it was really worth it, and you know, it was all worked out for the best. But it was a lot of work. I was young enough that I could have done that. I was in 1998.
Bill, you still work hard.
True, but not 7 days a week so much, I think.
All right, so we have a little surprise for you. Our producer, John Millian, had a great idea. He went to everybody in the newsroom and asked them, do you have any questions for Bill? And so we have like a little mailbox thing we're going to do here. All right, so Bill, the first question comes from Eyewitness News executive producer, you know, Tara Johnson. She asks, which story have you personally covered at WABC that you're most proud of, the reporting?
It's a good question, Tara, as always asking good questions. I would think there were two. I mean, there's so many. There are so many, but two, I think, are the biggest stories I've ever covered, and that the first one would be 9/11, and the second was the most powerful in so many ways for what we were doing for the viewers, and that was COVID, covering COVID and being part of that experience. We were part of all that experience, but everybody in the tri-state was a part of COVID, and we were right there with him, trying to make sense of it and trying to keep calm and, you know, speak truth and facts, and no matter where they may lay and lie and get thrown, and being part of it, that we were part of our community. And I think that nothing bonded us to the viewers, for me, more than our ongoing coverage for a long time of COVID.
Next, your pal, very good pal, and Chief Meteorologist Lee Goldberg. He's also out of the office this week, but he did send us this question. If you are piloting storm coverage, do you prefer snow or severe storms? What was the most memorable weather event for you? I think that was a twofold question.
I think it is. I think the severe storms, we've been in some doozies of snowstorms, but I think the severe storms are much more frightening. And the snowstorms, you can just stay in your house and not go anywhere for the most part. But the storms, the actual severe weather, and it's getting worse. And my good friend Lee Goldberg knows that. that is more frightening and out of our control, alas, but maybe in our control, or it was. And hopefully we can regain some of that and do right by the planet. But I think severe storms are much more frightening.
All right, our next question is, this could be a problematic one. Let's see. Out of the 5, 6, and 11 p.m. newscasts, I knew it, which is your favorite to anchor? And that comes from, you know who that comes from, Z, our 6 p.m. producer, Zahir Sakadina.
Well, I'm glad that you said it was from Z, because now I know what the answer has to be. You know, they are all three of those are so important. The 5 leads into the 6, so without having a great 5, we don't have a great 6, which is the most watched 6 o'clock in the country. It is our show of record, so to speak. It's the show that Bill Ritter, who I replaced, anchored alone, except for the last 2 months of his career. And the 11 is super important because we are watching people. I'm sorry, people are watching us. I'll just pretend this is a clicker, and unlike our other shows, all very important. Unlike our other shows, however, in fact, it may be the only show that we have. They're like this. Okay, suckers, this is the viewer, the way I view it. Just bore me for a second, because I've watched news all day. What are you going to tell me about the world, about the city we live in, about the tri-state, about health, whatever it is, sports, whatever, weather? Tell me something I don't know, because if I already know it, my alarm goes off at 6 and I got to go to bed. But for me, I would say all those are important. But since Z asked the question, I would say the 6 o'clock is just the most solid show we've had for decades. Decades. We've always been number one.
You were scaring me with that thing. What is that?
It's just a stapler. I just said pretend it's a clicker that you can go to bed.
That's even scarier than a remote. It's using a stapler. All right, this one comes from your fellow anchor, Mike Marza. This is probably going to be very profound. As we head into the next 75 years, what do you think will be the biggest challenge facing the people of the tri-state and the journalists who will tell the story?
Well, as no surprise by Mike, from Mike, that question comes. I think our biggest challenge, and I say this with all due respect to everybody there and all the great people who make Channel 7, which is we're celebrating the 75th anniversary, that we are, I'm 73, so I think we're together. I think the challenge is for us as journalists, and I'm not talking about all the people that sell ads and all the people that do this and that, but for us as journalists, the most important thing is to keep us relative, really important, to keep us doing what we do, look for the truth and facts, no matter what, no matter where we go with them. And number 3, maybe more important given everything else, forget all the places we have to be. We just have to be everywhere. So we just have to show that on shows like this, streaming, we're everywhere. We're on social media. We are on every platform we can be on, still delivering important news. And I think as long as we focus on that, Kristin, and you do that very well, so I know you think about this a lot, then we're going to be okay. We're going to not just be okay, we're going to do our job, which is the most important thing we have to do. I hear myself thinking Jim Dolan would say something like that. We have to do our job. And I think that that's accurate. And I think that as long as we keep doing what we've done and not think about all the places we have to be, we just have to be at all the places. And as long as we're doing that, I think our challenge will be met, and we'll do all right.
Then I'll ask you the question that I end every one of my interviews with. Everyone. Is there anything else you'd like to say that he didn't ask you that you would like people to know?
I do pay such great tribute to the people who came before, and the people who aren't here anymore. 2 of them are still here. Geraldo Rivera was maybe the most important journalist TV has had, certainly one of the most important. And what he did for this station in uncovering horrible atrocities at the facility for young kids with disabilities young people with disabilities in Willowbrook and Staten Island. He changed everything. He went in there, a doctor who hated what was going on there back in 1972, gave Geraldo and his Eyewitness News cameraman a key to that facility so they could go in there overnight and see for themselves. And it changed the world about how we deal with disabilities and people with disabilities. And I had a brother who was born with a disability, and it's very close to my heart. And so I salute Geraldo and all the people who made Eyewitness News so great and made it so special. They paved the way. All the people before that, when WABC was born 75 years ago today. So I say salute to all them who came before us.